The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
Alrighty, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Hope you all had a great day today. My name is Darrell Martin right here on TFNN.com. You can find us live inside the eSignal platform on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi. And, of course, on the web at TFNN.com, clicking on Tiger TV. And let me see real quick. Working on it. Getting the charts and screens all up and running for you. And let me put one more thing up there, and we'll get it going. I had to reboot Thinkorswim. It was acting up on me. That never happens to any of y'all, right? Your trading platforms, you got stuff going, and all of a sudden just boom. It's like, wait a minute. Anyways, okay, so let me pull up my notes here. We'll keep moving on while we're waiting on all that to boot back up. And look at our top headlines of the day, okay? So usually start off with that second, and then we'll come on back to market quotes. We got Canadian stocks. TSX fell into, falling on down as investors are getting sidelined by the Fed meeting that's coming up. We got the Euro USD is moving on up, approaching 1.1. We have European stocks taking a beating, finishing off the lows there. Let me see here. Pull that up. And, but yeah, they went on down. I got hit pretty hard on the day. FTSE down 1.3. DAX down 2%. So DAX, one of my favorite things to trade, was up very late last night. And, the bonds all moving up across the board. So it's, it's sort of good to check out those indices overnight. If you're a, U.S. session trader, just to get an idea on how to handle that. Okay. And it sort of can give you a little sneak peek into what's coming up in the market. We got the pound dollar in the 1.5100 level, and oil started to ease off after Iran takes a cargo ship. So let's see. That's interesting. Let's check that out. After spiking on Iran, okay. So after spiking on the Iran seizure of a cargo ship, so it spiked up. They got trouble in the Middle East, and then dropped on back down. Oil futures eased trade roughly after eased on their trading roughly after turning positive on Tuesday and developing reports of a seizure of a cargo vessel by Iranian forces. The Pentagon forces said Iranian forces had boarded a Marshall Island flag vessel in the Gulf. He said the boarding occurred after Iranian patrol boats fired shots across the vessel's bow and ordered it deeper into Iranian waters. The ship had no U.S. citizens aboard. Had their 34 sailors on board. He said it was traveling through. The U.S. military has no active role in this. People are like, okay, it's not U.S., so drop it down, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, but they it backed on down. Off of that, that was a reason for a little bit of a spike there. And that catches us up on just some of the early morning top headlines. Not a whole lot going on right there. Let's go in and let's just see where the markets are at for the day. We have the S&P is currently up 4 points. We have the Russell. See, let me look at our highs and lows over here. Just off the highs right now, and was quite a bit lower. So it was down at 2088. So we moved down quite a bit. And let's go on in and check out Russell. Moving on up 6 points, coming off the lows of 1237, currently at 1257, so up 20 points from the low of the day. Look at that Nasdaq; it is up just almost a point. And let's see here, low of the day 44.71. So there's been definitely some battles, that overnight down movement, and then popping on back up that we've seen. And like I said, the international indices were just starting to recover as they were coming to a close there. We got the Dow is up 43 points after a drop on down. Pre-loaded at a 17,839, moving on up to 18,032. So some great volatility there. Copper right now just up barely over 30%. We got gold is up about 10 points on the day, and it's had some pretty decent swings as well. And but pretty much just just a few points above its or off its high there. And then going on in, silver right now is up 1%. So moving nice. We got natural gas is up about 1% on the day. We have corn up almost 0.5%, up $1.50, and soybeans up 1.26%, up 12.5 points. The pound dollar right now is up 84 pips. We got the euro dollar up 86, dollar franc up 8. Dollar yen is currently down 15 pips on the day. We'll get on over at the euro yen. It is moving up strong with 87 pips. So a lot of strength in the euro there. Got the euro pound up 18 pips, so let's volatile pair. Aussie end up 162 pips on the day. We got the Aussie dollar up 150 pips on the day. Biggest move of the day, 192% or 1.92% really. So nearly a 2% move on the day right there with the Aussie dollar. We'll get on over at bonds. Bonds right now are down 0.79%, and dollar index is down 0.73%. So King dollar is sort of getting taken right now to the woodshed at the moment. And moving on down with some great moves. And dollar index being one of my favorite things to trade. When it's chopped, it's out of the way, but it has some just some nice, strong, solid, big moves. And it'll just sort of chill out and oscillate for a while, and then it'll just go. And that's when it gets really fun. Now, we'll get on over at the pound yen's up 65 pips. The euro franc is up 56. Pound franc is currently up 145 pips. We got the dollar CAD is down 67 pips. And oil right now just chilling out, sitting up just 12 cents above yesterday's settlement, with the low being down to 56.07, but the high being all the way up at 57.83. So 80 cents off 73 cents off the highs. And what do we got there? About a buck off the lows. So about $1.70 move there, not too bad. And some great trades in the oil markets today. And anytime you get news, as long as you're nimble and you're going to keep up with it, you can get some really nice up and down moves in oil. And after that happens, and you get that big move like that, very often you're going to look at a flat market for a good chunk of the day on oil. So just, watch your volume, and but unless you see like a major breakout of that high and that low that was built there in the morning session after the volatility calmed down, a lot of times I don't see a whole lot happening on it, and it can become really choppy on you. So just some patterns that, I've noticed in my own trading, and hopefully they'll help you out a little bit as well. Let's see. The next thing I wanted to dive on into with you was to talk about oil and the cargo ship. We looked at that, but let me go ahead and pull up a chart on it, and let's check it out. Sort of rearrange some screens here so I'm getting used to a new setup. And I think I'm about to just go get like two big massive screens to pop in between all of them. Anyway, so looking on over here and pulling oil on back up, and then let me just we'll look at the 10 minutes on it. Okay, so we can look at a few different things in oil, but pulled up the oil charts, and I want to pull up my TFNN template. Makes it a little bit easier for you to see. A little larger lettering for the screen sharing there. Okay. And Just to verify that looks like it is coming through. I think I can see it there on I'm trying to make sure the simulation's coming through on the screen. Yeah, okay. Tell me when it's up, but you don't tell me when it's not. Vice versa. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? We got oil right now. And this is one of the things, I talk about quite a bit. And that's when I help you see this. And I post these up on that site every day at 8:30. For you to be able to check out. Oil going down to basically half a deviation. Okay? Like right out of the gate. Market closes at 2:30. So right about here, we get this pretty nice move down off a settlement. Goes down, and at 8:30 there, we post them up, and all of a sudden we got a half deviation down move. Then it starts rising. Okay? We get up to a positive 0.5 deviation move. What happens? Turns around. Okay? That's called a 1 deviation low to high move. Now, what is this deviation? Is it like standard deviation? No. So reversion to mean on standard deviation is based on past movement, which is not very foretelling. That bell curve has been broken a long time. What this is this is based on implied volatility. Okay? So when you look at implied volatility, then you're able to look forward, okay, and see what the deviation move is based on the expectations of all participants in the market. Because implied volatility comes out of the actual option pricing. And implied means expected, volatility means movement. So when you have expected movement priced in to an option, you can actually extract that pricing and use that to determine how far the market says the market's going to move. Not how far it did move, not how far you want it to move, but how far the market says it's going to move on a daily basis. And a 1 deviation move is going to account for approximately 60 to 70% of all days. Okay? Meaning price will be contained within those, just on the fringes of those areas. Look at yesterday. Here's oil. Again, up half a deviation. Down to negative half a deviation. Okay, before the close, right there. We got the same thing. So if you're short, you could be looking for longs. You could be looking to tighten trades if on your shorts. And I mean, we can just do this all day long. I'm going up here, 0.3, went down to below 0.7. That's a 1 deviation move from high to low. I even measure the number. I go in here, and let's see, what do we got? Oh, I think I just added the levels twice. Let's see, let's just add deviation, but we'll look at actually that measurement of deviation high to low when you get back. And even with things like cargo ships in the news, they still seem to work. It's amazing. Come on right back, right after this commercial break.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, the Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Darrell Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks. Welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so I was just going through you with the wanted to go through you with the deviations, and like if you had a 2 deviation move, that's like over 96% of an expected move. And I posted those on the site. And I want to show you to sort of measuring. If you're measuring the high to low marker, you can see how we just got a retracement right there from the high of the market because it came on down right here to hit literally 1 deviation. Previous day just barely peaked 1 deviation right there. From the high to the low on the day. Day before that, we actually exceeded it by a little bit. Got on up here and went up to, looks like almost like 1.8, almost 2 deviations. So a very high probability of pullback, increasing quite a bit. So if you did hop in and you took a short, it popped up, you got stopped out, went against you, came back up, and it was at near 2 deviation level, which it looks like the highest point it reached on the day, 1.88. I mean, there's a very, very high probability trade for you. Going on from, 0.5, negative point, positive 0.5, again, a 1 deviation move on that day. Looking at oil previously. Move on up, just surpassing and closing at a 1 deviation move on the day. Right over here, we had the same thing. Just surpassed it on, like, from the, right there. Fell on down from the high, 1 deviation. Retraced all the way back up, just above 1 deviation. And then finished right at about 1 deviation. So hopefully you can see how helpful this can be. It's not magical. It's just implied volatility. It's everybody putting a bet down on how far the market's going to go and putting their money where their mouth is and you're just playing the odds because everybody's putting their money down. It's really like how insurance companies work, where they use a lot of statistical probability to know what is the likelihood of an event happening, and they charge a premium based on that. And they're very, very good at their job. Okay? And that's what options are. They're basically like an insurance. And so as hedge funds are placing all of these options trades that are ideally good at their job, they have these expectations of movement. And with those expectations, they're able to go in and take advantage of it. The hard part about just simply using that is you can expect like a deviation up or deviation down move, usually not more, or usually if it does retrace. And when I say usually, I mean 70% of the time. Okay. The hardest part is you don't know if it's going to be a 1 deviation down, a 1 deviation up, or a half down and then a half up. So like a whole deviation move, so like we had today on oil. So, but when you see that deviation move come up, that's when you know, hey, I need to start paying attention, to these potential trades. And you'll be amazed at how well they can work. Let's go ahead and let's check out some other charts. Dive into a few things. That's oil right there. Let's see here. I wanted to hop up. Copper and silver rolling over tonight on Nadex. So what do you do? Well, I don't trade a lot of copper and silver myself. I do like silver. I trade some, but it's just one of those, like I have to have a really good reason to do it. And copper, I only trade around like housing reports. So like new home sales, things like that affect, new home building permit, things like that. They're going to affect basically a lot more copper demand. And because then when it flies, and you can trade it on Nadex, and you can trade it with defined risk. But just to show you, what should you do whenever, like say, Nadex is rolling over on copper and silver, or whatever other market that you're doing a roll on. I just go to Tools, Instrument Manager, and I'm in Ninja Trader right here. And I hop on over to copper. I click on copper. Then I'll right-click to remove it. I got HG there. And then I'll left-click to add it on back in. Looks like I have like mini oil, probably showing somebody, but let me just go ahead and move that over. And let's see, the next thing is I'll go down to silver. Okay, silver's rolling over right now to June, so grab that, push it on back over. Okay. And anytime I do a roll, I go through and I just check my other markets, make sure they're up to date and current. If I'm not sure, there's a couple things that I can do. Okay. Because because a platform says there's a roll doesn't mean there's a roll date. So one thing I can do is I can literally just look inside the Nadex platform, because the contract will actually have the name in it. And also the other thing is I can look on the exchange and the volume. So we'll talk about how to know when to roll them. All right, when we get back right after this break.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And we were just talking about, rolling and holding and all that right there. And going over to the scanner, one of the things I do is actually list the current markets, and you can go to current underlying, and I have them all on there listed for you. So, like, where should we be on corn? We should be on July. Where should we be on soybeans? We should be on July. So, and I'm usually trading the ags around, major ag reports, so I can see, if I go over here to corn, I have it on May still. Obviously, I haven't traded it a little bit. I thought over July. What about soybeans? You want me to update that too. Wheat, we need to update that as well. Okay? So that's one way, is just looking literally over at the calendar we put up for you. Another way is pretty simple. You just log in to Nadex, and inside that account, you actually, whenever you look at anything, pardon me, whenever you look at trading them, what you'll quickly notice, and let's see here, let's just get rid of that. Let's see here, we'll go into like commodities, and if I click on a contract, I'll actually see in the name the word July. So that's how I know what contract at any given moment, first time that has a commodity, that I should be using. The name is in the word. When you open a ticket, it's in the name. Okay? So that's how you should always know if you're using the right chart if you're trading on Nadex. I mean, they're like, we got a list there, the contract there. Before you hit the button, you actually see the name, Silver July, okay, or whatever it is that you're trading. Now, of course, also if you're trading, you can go over to like futures. You just hop on over, and you can go, to anything you want to. So let's just say metals. And then we can look at the gold futures. So if we click, gold or silver, let's click silver because we're talking about rolling that over. And then what I'll do is you just go to quotes. Let's look at quotes for the day. You can see we got May at 54,000. We got July at 43,000. Okay, so the rollover is happening now. Okay, so volume is moving to July. Could you still trade May today? Yeah, but the rollover is in process, is happening. What if we go and we look at their ags? Okay. If we go to ags, we go to corn futures. Let's see what's going on that. And rollover definitely already happened, right? May 88,000. We're at 184,000 on volume there for July. So again, all that is I went to CME group. I went to trading. I chose what group I was trading. Okay. And then I just look at the volume. And once the back volume passes the front month, you can do that. Now, there are other solutions. You can go in, you can create watch list, okay? On NinjaTrader, on Thinkorswim, where you can just outline the months. But the problem with the watch list is, I guess it's not a bad thing, but you need to have front month and back month and know what back month is, because sometimes it'll skip months. It's really weird. So if you want to make a watch list to keep up with it, you can, or you could just simply go check it, and just, you sort of learn what those dates are. And I tell you on the show also when things are rolling over. We had that on the calendar inside of, the scanner. So there's a lot of little things like that that can help you out. I think I also, let's see here. Whoops. I got the wrong thing up. I also list, I don't know why that would go there. Going into, all right, here we go. We got the Nadex info and currency future rollover dates. I list those out for you for the year, okay? So you can just copy that, and paste it right there. I mean, if you search them, you can find them. They're not real hard to get. But if you're trading currency futures, it's good to know what those are. But you need to know what the rollover dates are, and then you can always check if the contract's really rolled or not. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, what is going on that you just might want to be aware of? Well, the one big thing that should be, on your mind is, hopefully So giving y'all say the thing about it. What is it? It is FOMC statement and Fed funds rate. Now, this is not the one that has, important, not the one that has the press conference, okay? The one with the press conference is usually the most volatile. So like every other statement, they have a press conference, okay? That does not mean it is not volatile. I'm just saying it's not as volatile, okay? So unless they surprise everybody and raise the rate ahead of time and all that. So far, the expectation is on September for a rate increase. But anyways, right now, nothing there. But we also have GDP. So we're going to have GDP, advanced GDP in the morning, okay? And there are several GDPs. So we got, how do I put this? We have advanced, we have preliminary, we have final. And this is the first release GDP. This is the let's give you a preview. And then they update it 2 more times. This is usually the most impactful GDP number, okay? The one that is coming up tomorrow. And that's for the U.S. dollar that's coming out. So you want to be very aware of that number. It's going to come out. It's going to have an impact. And then you know what? Like the market's going to go boom. It's going to open up and have another little surge, okay, at 9:30. And then it's just going to get real quiet. And probably about 11, 12 o'clock, it's going to, like across the entire room, waiting on the FOMC statement. And they'll be reading the words of that statement. Every little word they'll be parsing into part. Then tomorrow night we got New Zealand cash rate. That's going to impact the Aussie, obviously, a lot. So be aware that'll drive a little bit of out of the bucket movement. And then we'll have a yen monetary policy statement also coming out right about that time. Let's see here. What are they estimating that release? They say tentative. Yeah, it's a lot more predictable than that. Let's just look at the last releases. 11:36, 11:04, 10:49, 11:29. Okay, so you can go back a little bit further. Probably somewhere between 10:30 and 11:30 is when you're looking for the release to come out. So they're pretty consistent on at least a range of time. They don't necessarily, I guess the guy just gets up on the podium when he gets up there or sends the facts when he feels like it. But so basically they list the time once it happens, but you can see historically it's like between this time and this time. What does that mean? That means, hey, be ready for some volatility. And be ready to take advantage of that volatility on the yen when that happens later tonight. So ought to get some good volatility somewhere between 10:30 and 11:30 to start up and give you a good half hour to an hour of movement before things quiet back down. China will have a bank holiday tomorrow night. That'll sort of stifle things a little bit. Japan on bank holiday today. Okay. Let's see here. Let me go back to that. There we go. Put that back up. But so there's a lot of different little holidays coming out at the end of the week. We have there's a European, French, German, Italian, and Swiss holiday. So and let's see here, basically Labor Day, right? For them, so that's their Labor Day. Looks like there's a little bit different name for different ones, but so even the target system will be closed down. So that will highly impact liquidity if the ECB's target system will be down. Let's see here. So, okay, so that's something to really be aware of. Personally, I need to add to my calendar. But with this holiday, the European Central Bank's Trans-European Automated Real-Time Gross Settlement Express Transfer target system will be closed for the holiday, and that'll have a substantial impact on liquidity. German banks will be closed. French banks will be closed. And Swiss banks will be closed. And Italian banks will be closed. So just think about the impact that will have on Forex, okay, out of the gate. And they're closed down all day. So Fridays are usually slow. Now you're going to take out all the European target banking systems not doing anything. So it ought to be really, really slow. Or if it's big, it's because somebody's having some fun with some money pushing things around. But just be aware of that. And, I mean, either watch it live or go back and look at it as a learning opportunity on Monday, okay? And look at Friday and look at those FX pairs, especially things like Euro Franc, right? Because that gives you a good cross of two different pairs that are impacted. Dollar, Franc, Euro, Dollar. Those would be some of the main ones I would be checking out just due to how these work and look at them and see, hey, is this a butterfly opportunity? Is this a strangle opportunity? If they are flat, in the morning there, when usually there's some volatility, things may cost more than they should. That's what's called a trading edge, an opportunity, okay? So a lot of traders aren't looking at this. They aren't one step ahead of the markets. It's what diagnostic trading is about. It's about looking at how other traders look at the market and taking advantage of that. Well, traders who don't pay attention to fundamental news don't know that Switzerland and France and Germany and Italy are on bank holiday. They're closing down the target banking system. Therefore, they're going to put more option premium. They're going to say, hey, I think the market's going to move further. So that IV number goes up. But what they don't know is everything's shut down. So therefore, options are too expensive, and then you can collect premium on them. All right? So as you learn to think like this and go, what do I know that probably the average trader doesn't know? And because this isn't major news. This is just a holiday on a Friday, okay? And that's something that you can possibly use. And then let's see. So let's check out a few of the other reports. We've got a lot of news coming up here. And we got, let's see, this morning we had Pfizer and Merck with their releases came on out. Let's see, what other major earnings that I wanted to put on your list for the week. We'll have ExxonMobil coming on out on Thursday. And so confirmed to have a release at 9 a.m. And then in the afternoon, we got Gilead and the Nasdaq and Visa coming on out as well. And that'll come out at the end of the day, 4:05. So that'll have a little bit of an impact on Nasdaq. Gilead's rated market cap right now of 9, at least for my last count. So keep that one on your list. As far as tomorrow, we got the U.S. advanced GDP sales, which might be worth taking a look back on the strangle again. Let me see here. I'll make some notes. And then we got U.S. pending home sales. I would be very careful on this iron condor. Okay. On this iron condor right here, usually, I'd go in for $30, but with that pending home sales, I'd be careful because that GDP is coming out and it could rock things a little bit. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at, we're going to have our weekly oil inventory report coming on out. Ultimately, we're looking for binary strangles entering just before the release with an expiration right at 11 a.m. on these trades. Okay? So binary strangles are, potential. Now, also binary straddles. So not binary straddles, but spread straddles. And let's see here, especially if they're really cheap. We got the U.S. FOMC funds. So we're looking, honestly, usually for an iron condor on this one because this is one without the press conference. And usually looking to make basically have pretty much a 50 pip range. If it stays within that 50 pip range, I'm using spreads, buying the lower spread, selling the upper spread. Usually the premium is really inflated. It pops and drops. And that's it. Okay? On euro, dollar, pound, dollar, and dollar franc. And that's basically going from 11 to 3 o'clock. Okay? So entering 11 on the 3 o'clock expirations. All right? So enter 11, 3 p.m. spreads. 90 minutes before, there's a whole lot of them you can do. You can go and you can look at like $25 iron condor on Aussie dollar, 35 on euro, 40 on pound, 30 on CAD, dollar franc on 40, dollar franc 40, dollar yen 30. So you can always do the replay of the show here, but those are all ones that you can go in and put on potential iron condors, and it sort of gives you an idea of the expectation. If I say 40, I'm expecting a 40 pip range of movement. So it's like the spreads because if it moves 41, it was a buck. All right, stay on right there. We'll be back right after this.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Do you know the 7 most critical factors that influence every decision you make and how not knowing these will jeopardize the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve? I'm Steve Rhodes, morning host at TFNN.com, and for the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets of human growth, the same formulas used by leaders of nations, billionaires and millionaires, and the most successful athletes on the planet. Would you like to break through any obstacle that gets in between you and the success you deserve? Would you like to turn fear into strength? If you could find a way to achieve, be fulfilled, and live a life of meaning, wouldn't you want to know the answer? I'll teach you the factors that control your state of mind and the drivers that impact every thought, emotion, behavior, and action we take in my new webinar, The Psychology of Trading. Join me for this 2-part online event where I'll unveil the secrets to human pattern recognition, because they're not what you think. And soon, you'll have the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on The Psychology of Trading to begin your journey now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
If you're like me, you see the world's emerging nations as a very real opportunity, as these countries and their economies are developing right before our eyes. And you can rest assured that Everbank has spotted this opportunity too. In fact, they just recently unveiled the new 5-year market-safe Future Economies CD. This is a CD that could really deliver, but you have only until May 7th to take advantage. Consider the facts. If the Future Economies currencies beat the US dollar over the CD term, you'll get all of the upside. And should they lose? No worries. There's zero downside risk here, as you'll still get back 100% of your deposited principal. Intrigued yet? The May 7th funding deadline is quickly approaching, so hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN-CD for more information, including important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN-CD. Everbank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Join David Dwight as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Alrighty, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And let me go through and look at a few different things for you, but I want to get you wrapped up just for what all is coming up this week. We got the FOMC covered. We talked about the yen. The yen's going to have housing stats tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. We're looking for 11 to 7 expiration for about a $30 profit on that trade. Again, use extreme caution because yen is going to have a monetary policy statement. So I want to put that disclaimer on this one. So those are the stats normally, but we throw in something like yen monetary policy statement may not be the best idea. Okay, so I'm going to tell you probably to stay away from that one, but I want to make you aware of it and then put the disclaimer on it. So next time you got using housing stats, you know what the expected move is. We're going over to Thursday. We got China, like I said, on bank holiday. That's going to lighten liquidity some of the yen. Let's see. Bank of Japan press conference is when things are going to get even more wild. And we go on down to Spanish CPI, not a big deal. Frank got German unemployment, not new news there. CAD GDP So that could be a good one to look at in the morning there, and you can go in and look at that for a 25. Usually it's really narrow on the CAD GDP. So, and I would look at our GDP. If our GDP had a massive move, then you may want to reconsider the CAD because we're obviously highly correlated. If our GDP was pretty flat, then that's a good indication. So, look at compare the USD GDP report from the 29th, okay? And its impact on the USD CAD. If big, then look for a strangle on the CAD GDP, okay? If movement was small, then look, for neutral, like iron condor trade, okay? And just when you have those GDPs back to back like that, and the countries so correlated, it can be very helpful. Let's see here. We also got a various number of very flat reports that come out: personal spending, personal income, PCE price index, and employment cost index. Looking to get in for about a $30 profit if you can on an iron condor, buying the lower spread, selling the upper spread for an entry at 8 a.m. and an expiration at 2 p.m. Don't forget you have your weekly natural gas inventory report coming on up. So we're usually looking for a strangle, potentially, and again, potentially, a straddle. And let's see, we already talked about NASDAQ with Gilead and Visa coming on out. Going on down. Aussie dollar PPI, usually a very small move. Looking for a entry of 8 o'clock for 10 o'clock expiration for a $30 profit for a neutral trade. And then we got various reports coming out in the pound. Ought to be even more flat, okay? Because we have on Friday we have all those holidays happening. So this is their holiday when this report actually comes out. So 11 to 7, looking for about a $35 report on all the pound reports on going into Friday. It's expiration at 7 a.m. on the pound dollar, $35 iron condor. Y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you right here on Thursday on the Diagnostic Trading Hour.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. You're watching Tiger TV.